Dan Markle is an established Emerald Downs regular, training at a high percentage virtually every season. He's readying his stable and sent a couple of winners to gallop on Thursday morning. Coach Sween's a 4-year-old allowance winner by defensive play. And Markle says Platinum Cadillac, a 2-time winning juvenile here last summer, has grown up.
Well, he's matured. He was, an immature 2-year-old. And even though he was lucky enough to win a couple races accidentally, I think now, he's learned how to train more consistently and properly, and he likes to compete, and he's a nice, sturdy little horse, and he'll do whatever you ask him to do.
The thoroughbred, power, speed, grace. The 4 legs working together toward peak efficiency. Trainer Sharon Ross described the ways and means of the many hours dedicated to caring for legs, beginning with the groom's check early in the morning.
They go through the barn and they take off all the older horses' bandages and check legs. And anything that looks different, I go in and take a look at. Basically, you're looking for a horse that may have had a tight ankle the night before, was a little puppy this morning. Heat someplace that they generally don't have. And my guys are very, very good. They're very practiced. They know all these horses. So generally, if there's not anything I need to look at, then basically what I'm doing all morning long in between going back and forth to the track is just popping in the stall after they've trained and checking legs, so that as the morning goes on, I can let each groom know what we're going to do the leg up in.
Ross outlined 3 of her specific treatment methods after a day's training is over.
Generally, you're putting alcohol on a leg as like a lubricant because you're wanting the groom to rub the leg. So to have him do it properly, you're using alcohol, which is an astringent, and it's the motion of the groom more than the alcohol. It's the rubbing, and it's just massaging the athlete's legs. And then the bandage keeps them warm and keeps their joints tight. Sweat generally will, it's Furosin. You put it on like Vaseline kind of, it's greasy. And you put cotton, you put plastic. That warms the leg, but it also draws and tightens a little bit. So you may take a little arthritic ankle or knee or something and sweat it, and it'll feel better to the horse during the day, and the next morning he feels better. He's more loose, he's looser. And then poultice, there's different types of poultice. I generally use Uptight, and that's cools and tightens a leg.
Starbird Road was named top sprinter and Washington bred last year at Emerald Downs, but he scratched from the Longacres Mile after a stall accident the day before the race.
He's deciding that he's feeling really good that morning. He didn't want to wait to go out, so the groom is right in front of him, and he reared up and he struck. And so his pastern hit right here. That's why this is wrapped now. And he got right off. He wasn't hung up, he just whapped himself. And you could tell immediately that he bruised himself.
And it's Starbird Road who's clearly the best sprinter of the meet. And Starbird Road going on to a big victory. Starbird Road wins the Chinook Pass 3 lengths to Sabertooth.
Through proper care, Starman came back to win twice, including a 6-furlong track record. When Ross has a concern that's new or different, she'll consult veteran vet Dr. Gary Bergsma, who has decades of hands-on experience.
You learn to use your hand and your senses very quickly, and when your hands are trained, you can pick up things really quickly that even you can't see. So you're depending on somewhat on sight. You're looking at them as you go in there to see if there's any bumps or anything. But your hands will tell you if there's little bumps or heat or filling in the joints, and that's what you're looking for, and it takes some experience.
When a horse appears in a race with leg wraps on, what's a fan to think?
You're wrapping the leg to give a little bit of a support, but it's not going to hold it together. And a lot of trainers are using vet wrap for protection. They get banged around out there all the time.
The 2 things they're on there for is, one is for some support, and there is some support. It's not going to hold a bad injury together. I think everybody can appreciate that. But I think the main reason they're on there is a lot is just for protection, to protect their legs from being struck by another horse. It functions in both those. So it's very common to run horses with bandages on, and it doesn't mean that there's really anything bad or wrong with the horse.
The legs of a thoroughbred, countless eyes and hands dedicated to them each and every day. Tim McCanna sent out 2 3-year-olds to work in company on Thursday. On the inside is the 2-time stakes-placed 100 Days, a son of Sloodle-Doo. And the other is Confident Slew, a maiden out of Pretty Peggy Slew. They were both timed in 49 3/5 for a half mile. The George Colello barn sent out 4-year-old multiple winner Make a Plan to work 3 furlongs in 37 4/5. Katie Implosion, a 7-year-old mare by Son of Briardic, has won in each of the past 4 seasons at Emerald Downs, including twice last year. The Sharon Ross trainee sped 3/8 of a mile in 37 2/5 seconds. Opening day at Emerald Downs for the 2007 season is Friday, April 20th.